What is going on, painting company owners? Brandon from Painter Marketing Pros here. Happy Monday. So I had an interesting conversation with a client today who wanted to diversify his ad spend a little bit. I guess one of his friends is having a lot of success with Facebook ads. We have as well, but running Google ads, and he wanted to add Facebook ads into the mix. The only problem is that his budget is fairly low. So I kind of have seen this as a theme with some painting companies. We ultimately ended up just raising the PPC budget, the Google ad budget. But when you have a low budget, and I'm saying low as in, let's say under $2,000 a month for ad spend, you really want to consolidate that. So whether you're going to go on Facebook, whether you're going to go on Google, whether you're going to do something else, I would really recommend doing one of those two things. You want to consolidate because the problem is if you have too low of a budget on a specific platform, you can't really get the platform the data that it needs to optimize its algorithm. So there's always this data, there's always this algorithm analyzing all this data, running in the background, figuring out who's clicking on your ad, figuring out who's looking at your ad, who stops scrolling to view your ad. If there was a video, let's say it's on Facebook, then how long did they watch the video, right? And so there's so many data points being assessed. And the more you cut the budget, the less data is being assessed. And with the less data being assessed, the harder it is to really optimize and figure out who that ad is performing for. So it takes a much longer time to actually get your results. So what are the numbers? So Facebook, Google, really you want a minimum of $1,000. If you're doing ads on either of them, you really want to be putting 1,000 or more. Facebook, sometimes you can get away with 750. I always recommend 1,000. Google, ideally, you'd be 1,500 plus. So that's monthly ad spend. That's monthly ad spend. So if you have 1,500, $2,000, I would really go all in on one of them. Right? Go all in on Google, or go all in on Facebook. Especially if you're doing kitchen cabinets, Facebook can be a huge win. But don't try to split it up. Don't try to do 750 and 750 or something like that, because you're just going to see diminished returns on both. So hopefully this helps. I know there is a big debate oftentimes between Google ads versus Facebook, and well, you should be doing them both. And you should ideally be doing them both. You should be doing everything, right? As long as you get the positive ROI, why wouldn't you? If you can invest the ads and make the money back. But ultimately, you need to have the budget to do it effectively, or else ultimately both those campaigns are going to produce subpar results if you don't invest into them enough. Hopefully that makes sense. Reach out if you have any questions, and let's crush this week, huh? 22 is off. 2022. I like 2022. Just like the sound of it. I feel like 2021 was a long year, so I like 2022. It's off to a strong start.